He's an ex-hedge fund manager and systematic trader for JP Morgan. We'll go over what he thinks about technical analysis and then see some other hedge fund managers' responses, including what a managing director thinks about stop hunting and what the retail investor should do to better their chances of surviving the stop hunting, an algorithmic trader that has worked with a bunch of hedge funds and his thoughts on support and resistances, and at the very end of the video, we'll go over what this guy, a man that has managed billions of dollars just himself, thinks about stop loss. So going back to Corbin, when asked what he thinks about technical analysis, this was his response.
Some of them love it and some of them hate it, and I think you have to really specify what you mean by technical analysis. If technical analysis means optically looking at the chart and looking at heads and shoulders and stuff like that, it becomes very difficult to test. You see, you might look at this today and see it's a heads and shoulders, and in 5 years' time you might see something completely different, maybe a cup with handle. What influenced you to make those choices, you can't determine, you can't test. So as long as the thing isn't, you can't write it down as a set of rules that, even a guy that doesn't speak English and sits in Mongolia can replicate, then it's not useful. There's obviously another set of people that say, well, it's more of an art than a science. And hey, if they make money, who am I to deny another poker place in the sun, yeah? So ultimately, that's the really great thing about trading. Regardless of how you manage to get that black number at the end of the year, that's ultimately all that matters.
So after hearing Corbin's response, I completely agree with him. I like to think my channel has the complete staple of always backtesting strategies to make sure they work in the long term. In order to backtest said strategies, there has to be a specific set of rules that you have to follow. It can't just be, oh, when you get a certain feeling that the chart is losing momentum. No. The other point he made was, look, if something's working for you and I don't necessarily agree with it, who am I to say that it doesn't work? If it's making you money, it's making you money. So I think that's another really key thing to take away from this. You shouldn't just automatically neglect someone's trading idea just because it doesn't follow your rule set. I guess what I'm trying to say is you should have an open mind when talking to other traders. Our next speaker is David Paul, a financial trader and managing director of VectorVest. The main topic he is going to be talking about is if stop hunting and trading exists and what the retail trader can do to help better their chances in surviving attacks like this.
It's always looked upon as negative, certainly at the retail trader level. Institutional traders are taught from their first day that they buy good levels or they don't buy at all. Unfortunately, most retail traders will wait for some confirmation before they get in. That could be a candle pattern, could be a moving average cross, or whatever. Institutional traders will buy at the level. Now, most traders will put their